Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Thanks for coming on by and checking out this vid. Appreciate your time and your support. Happy 2023. If this is your first time here, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Consider subscribing. Consider hitting that notification bell. That way you will know when I have uploaded a new video for you to watch. And please do me a favor, share that on your social media. So yeah, welcome, man. We have a great team here on Team My Project 13. Every once in a while, I come across an article, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to share this with the team. So what I'm going to do is read this article over at Forbes.com, well, www.forbes.com, and the title of the article, New Apple Leak Reveals iPhone 15 Price Shock. I don't think it's going to be much of a shock to most of you. But as we are, now in the first week of January 2023, we're getting closer and closer to February 1st when Samsung is going to announce everything that we need to know about the new Samsung Galaxy S23 smartphone series. And then after that, it's going to be OnePlus and the OnePlus 11. So super stoked because everything's been pretty quiet. It's been really darn quiet. So I do have a smartphone coming in, hopefully in about a week from now. So I'm excited to share that with you. Man, I am excited. I emailed the company and said, is there any way that you can get that to me sooner than what it says? As far as the information on how long it actually takes to process and get this device out to me. And they emailed me back and said, no, this is just... yeah, it's part of the process. So patience on my part, but when this new smartphone gets here, trust me, I in my opinion, I think it's going to be great for the channel and hopefully for some of you out there who are interested in this specific smartphone. Hopefully I can bring something new to the table and help you with whether you're going to purchase it or not. So stay tuned. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You got to hang out here on Team My Project 13. That's why you got to be subscribed. That's why you got to hit that notification bell. Okay. Anyway, Forbes. Consumer Tech. New Apple leak reveals iPhone 15 price shock. So please leave some feedback down below in the comment section. iPhone 15 prices are going up, not down, as widely expected, according to the latest leaks, in a move that is sure to shock cash-strapped Apple fans. Writing for How To I Saw, prolific anonymous leaker leaks Apple Pro adds credence to the claims last week that Apple will aggressively price the new iPhone 15 models. The big difference is that aggression was assumed to mean lower iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus pricing to reverse underwhelming sales. Instead, leaks Apple Pro says Apple will simply make the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Ultra, not Max, Ultra, more unattainable. And I know that the iPhone 15 smartphone series still has a while before we start getting a lot more information as far as the leaks and rumors, but it's going to begin. And then eventually we'll be there and we'll know if all of this is true as far as what the pricing right now, as far as what this article says the pricing will be in comparison to last year's iPhone 14 smartphone series. Okay. So, and this year I am planning on bringing in an iPhone 15, most likely the Pro. You know, I'm starting to realize that even though I love bigger devices, I've gotten to a point in my YouTube career as a content creator, even though I still feel like I'm still new at it. It's always been about the biggest phone. But I'm starting to, and I think it's always going to be that way, but I'm starting to think differently as far as having a smaller phone in my pocket, in my hand throughout my day. Phones are great these days, man. They just do so much. I honestly, I'm just wanting a great experience. I love a good looking device as far as the hardware, performance, functionality, battery life, a great looking display, speakers, got to sound great. The cameras, and I'm not too picky, and I'm learning more about photography and videography. But yeah, man, I'm not too picky. So as long as I have a great experience with the cameras, all of those areas we look for in a smartphone. Here's the thing, man. I'm always going to look at that bigger smartphone, but I'm going to start bringing in smaller devices that I know that are going to be almost exactly the same experience as its bigger brother. I'm going to save me a little bit of money for something that's basically going to be the same experience. I'm starting to look more at that. You know what I'm saying? After 8 years, my mind is changing in how I need to go about what I consider bringing it. And this article has something to do with that. It's part of that big company manipulation. So anyway, look to see that change up for me here on Team My Project 13 as we go through 2023. So back to the article. If sales of the iPhone 14 Plus have been so bad, what does Apple plan to do with the iPhone 15 Plus so that the same thing doesn't happen? The answer is simple. Nothing, explains the leaker. Apple will launch the iPhone 15 Plus alongside the other three models, and it will be unchanged from what is already expected. The price will be the same, the size will be the same, and so on. What Apple will do is provoke more sales by raising the price of the iPhone 15 Pro. Yep. And it makes sense, whether we agree with it or not. If correct, this move will shock iPhone fans who have already dealt with major price rises internationally, and Leaks Apple Pro believes these changes are now set to impact the U.S. customers as well. It's something that was expected last year and that Apple decided not to do. But rising production costs, inflation, and shrinking profit margins are already starting to take their toll, the leaker adds. If correct, it would be a ruthless way for Apple to deal with what many saw as the biggest problem with the iPhone 14 Plus, its value proposition. For just $100 more, iPhone 14 Pro buyers get higher quality build materials, a better camera system, a superior screen with dynamic island, and faster performance spread over a 2-3 year carrier contract. The additional spend is negligible. In many ways, this is a classic Apple fix the problem, but only on its terms. iPhone 14 Plus models were not overpriced. iPhone 14 Pro models were not underpriced. It also aligns with the company's broader strategy of making Pro versions of its iPad, MacBook, and Macs significantly more expensive than standard models. The result is pricing that would create a $300 price gap between the same size of Pro and non-Pro models. Now, I'm going to throw up a screenshot so you can see what the iPhone 14 smartphone series standard 128 gig models started at in comparison to what we are supposed to have this year with the new iPhone 15 smartphone series. 128 gig standard models, their prices for what they're supposed to be in comparison to the iPhone 14 smartphone series. And you can see that the iPhone 14 and 15 at the same price point of $799, the 14 Plus, 15 Plus, $899, no changes going on there. Now, when we get to the 14 Pro and the 15 Pro, there's a $100 difference. The same with the Pro Max and as far as the 14 Pro Max and the 15 Ultra, $100 difference. So yeah, the hope is that the consumer is going to look at that iPhone 15 Plus or the iPhone 15 and say, wow, those prices didn't change. Of course, I mean, this is obvious information here as far as if you're a consumer, if you're strapped for money, you end up going with the 15 Plus because you're hoping that you're going to get a little more as far as, you're not going to get anything as far as hardware, as far as the look of the device, but with the software, the experience, and everything is going to be that much better than the previous year in your experience with the new iPhone 15 or 15 Plus, because you're not going to pay any more than what you paid the year before, right? Well, I know that for me this year, it most likely will be the iPhone 15 Pro. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, man, it's big company. It's what they do, and it is what it is. So let's finish up this article. Given the lock-in of Apple's ecosystem and the rumors of eye-opening upgrades for the iPhone 15 Ultra, including a titanium chassis and dual front cameras. Ooh, dual front cameras. The appeal of the range as a whole should hold. Moreover, many would argue that only Apple could solve a sales problem by increasing prices. Well played, Apple. Well played. Okay, so with all of that information and a little extra thrown in there, as far as what I wanted to share that somehow ties with this article and why I need to be smarter in how I spend my money. It's just I am making decent money for what I do here on YouTube, but just because I make a little more and it's a little easier to bring in devices doesn't mean I should just get all crazy with my money and just spend it just to spend it. If I want to keep this going, I need to be a little wiser financially, and I need to really do my homework even better than I have been. And that means not always going for the Max, the Ultra, whatever. Because if there are a group of phones in a series, whether it's 3 or 4, maybe sometimes even 2, depending on what it is and what company it's from, you may not be losing that much or anything at all by avoiding the Max or the Ultra or the Supreme. See what I'm saying? So anyway, down below in the comment section, please leave some feedback. Thank you for stopping on by, hanging out with me. Every once in a while, I'm going to do this a little more. When I come across an article that I really feel that it's not just information for me and homework for me, but it's something that I really feel that I should make you a part of. And it makes for great conversation. So with that, thank you so much. God bless you all. Stay safe and healthy. Until my next video, this is my Project 13. Peace. I am out.